We had some rather interesting developments last time. Perhaps we'll get some similarly interesting talks today in this episode 13 of Disco Elysium. There was a lot of talking, like crap ton of talking. Of course, the whole game is basically a lot of talking, and I'm kinda here for it. But first we had a long talk with Joyce. And then we kind of fell into the whole thing with fascism. It reared its head and inserted its ass everywhere and talked to us funny. We decided that, no, that's just a very uncomfortable bowel movement. So we told that one to, nope, you're out of here.
Hey, what's that noise down there?
I don't know. That kind of sounded like mañana. And then we went back to the Hardy Boys and had a less pleasant talk. I think it kind of showed that I was kind of in good spirits during the Joyce fascism talk, and then kind of went all the way down when we talked to the Hardy Boys. I even snapped very much at Elizabeth, even though, yeah, I still don't like her. But yeah. So, the game has a roller coaster of emotions. Writing. We're currently doing Evrar's thing. We have the key for this place. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. This is where we're gonna go. He told us to unlock it and go away, but I'm going to unlock it and go in. Now, who are you? Have I talked to you before? Because this white frame kind of tells me this is locked. Can't go in. This is now green.
There must be another way into the building.
What was that echo about? That was
I
weird.
knew I should have quit.
Did you get possessed, Kim? I mean, because no one else is talking in multiple. Can I talk to you from here?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Hi. Wanna talk?
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Maybe he's just out for a quick smoke. It was too hot inside, and he thought, well, I'll go out, cool down a little, have a smoke. Stare at some police officers. Why not? Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice.
He says, sotto voce.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Okay, we can whisper talk if you want to.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
No, electrochemistry, we have been through this. You're not even getting a smoke. We're quitting everything cold turkey, which might actually do more harm than good, but this is the path we're on, and this is the path we're going to follow, and this is the path we're going to go all the way on, even if we stumble and fall into the ditch.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks me, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Alright, let's not ask weird things then. Looks like you have got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
My pleasure.
What were you doing last Sunday?
That's kind of a question. Frick. I don't remember what I did last Sunday. I think I was playing some Euden Chronicle? I think I was doing that, but besides that, I don't know. I mean, for all we know, we could be living in a simulated reality that booted up just 15 minutes ago. Or the universe was created 15 minutes ago, or 15 days ago, or it's weird. Or whatever. No, let's not get into that. I don't remember what I did last Sunday. I probably played something. Yeah, sure.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
He waves the laser with his cigarette. I did?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did I?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs, not stairs, and dead house plants litter the scene.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend? That's none of our business.
It was my Sunday friend.
Okay. You have a friend for every day. Good for you.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
No electrochemistry. What's your friend's real name? Did he see anything?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
All right, can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
That's definitely not his real name.
That's better than John Smith. You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well. Every sound captured and reflected back. All right, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, I don't have a lot of suggestion. Convince him to stay.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
All right, suggestion. Please don't go. I'll stop drinking. I'll take out the trash. Just please don't leave me.
Trash?
The young man shakes his head in confusion.
Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Please never smoke inside.
Listen, I really have to go.
With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail.
Ah, there it goes. Wasted. You would have gotten at least a few good drags out of it.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. And we have a new task. He walks away into the darkness, up the stairs. Well, that didn't go very well.
He's gone.
The lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him, see where he went. Excellent plan. You gonna go through the penis door? I just now realized that there's graffiti on the door.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case.
The only muscular type we've seen would be Measurehead. But why the hell would he be asking about the case? Could be one of the Hardy Boys, I guess, but why would they go around asking about it? Because they kind of already admitted that they did it. They're saying they did it as a group to try and prevent us from making any arrests, but they did admit it.
There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Sure, we can do that. Near the pier, you say? Yeah, please leave. Okay, now to go directly against what Evrar wants. I'm gonna...
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Carefully knock.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in?
The lieutenant looks uncomfortable. Press my ear against the door.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement.
I don't like this.
In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Well, that is kind of weird. There could be places where birds aren't heard. So... Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we're currently undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
He replies, still inspecting the padded door.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I unlock the door?
If the Merc Tribunal happens before we solve this, we are looking at casualties. What's one unlocked door compared to that?
That is true.
On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrard we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Evrar? That's also an option.
Yes. Presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this.
I could just open the door. Question is, if I unlock the door, I have the key, will I be able to lock it afterwards if I go in? Because there's someone in there he kind of wants smushed. Because if I unlock the door, and then lock it, and then tell him I unlocked the door, I'm technically not lying to him. Not even technically, I am not lying to him. He never told me I couldn't lock the door afterwards. Though maybe he did tell me to unlock the door and then walk away, or leave it unlocked. I don't remember the exact terms of our deal here. Smoker on the balcony, proving my authority. Victim's tattoos. Open apartment door. He just opened the door to intimidate the occupant. You know what? Screw Evrar. We're gonna tell him that we opened it. If he can be a slimy douchebag and use his intimidation tactics on me, making me sit in that chair and pretend. He basically lied to me. He said he had a file on me with all the information about me and my doings. I say a lie for a lie is... I think we can do that. So come on, Kim. We are gonna run all the way back over to Evrar and go talk to Evrar. And so here we are outside Evrar's lair. It's not really an office. He's made himself cozy in a container. I'd say that qualifies as a lair. Ooh, what's this? Money? Just lying around here? Well, thank you. What's this? Haven't I been here? The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. We've been running all the way here. Something Kim has commented on before. Yes, Kim, we like running. Hello, Evrar. Where's Edgar? Where's your twin brother?
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
So I opened the door to your weasel's den.
Are you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open the door and are now just telling me you did? You're a wild one, Harry.
No, I really did open the door.
Good. Now take it a bit further. Take it home.
And not only did I open it, I went inside too. It was a real weasel's den, Evrar.
I bet it was, Harry. But seriously, what did you see in his apartment?
Oh shit.
A guy who has antagonized the Union in a Union-run town. Maybe it's political.
What? Maybe I should have gone in? Ooh. Fascist insignia? Memorabilia? Anti-socialists? Let's say anti-socialist, anti-union stuff. Pamphlets saying, get the unions in check.
That's exactly what I thought, Harry. What a weasel. And for the record, I was only curious, not testing you.
Sure. Unless he knows I'm lying and just agreed with me? Ooh. And yes, someone is hammering, so yeah.
He was testing you. You succeeded.
Nice.
Thank you, Harry. You have shown me that the Barders Union and the Citizens Militia can indeed work together. Now, let's cut down to brass tacks.
Yes, let's. While my lie still flies.
It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I mean, we already kind of know who did it. The Hardy Boys did admit to it, but there's something else there. I've heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike. I would like to know and hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Listening?
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
But wasn't that because you told your previous negotiator, and I quote, fuck off midget?
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
I don't think that was their intent. It was more security detail for the negotiator because you treated the last one so poorly, but sure.
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Senorita Pineapple Company? What's that?
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Alrighty, go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
He laughs. You mean your lair? And because you're too lazy to move, you... Are you one with the chair by now? Is that why you're... Wait, they move the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
I mean, on the one hand, I can kind of understand that because there's a lot of stairs and scaffolding and crap to walk through to get here. Which, you know, if your legs aren't working perfectly, then, yeah, that would be a pain to get through, let's say that. On the other hand, you don't have to make this container your lair. You can make something in the restroom area-ish thing. Just a little nook there. Hmm?
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
So far, checks out.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Mm-hmm.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
You should not ignore my partner, Evrar. Ignoring my partner that way lies me not liking you. Although I already do not like you.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on this?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
And who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That would be the Hardy Boys. All 8 of them, even though they are currently only 7.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Yes, a bit. We already went through this. With Joyce, we think this is basically a mob outfit. Yeah. 2 corrupt people here at the top. Him and his twin brother keep switching places when the foreman term is up. And a little bit of a squad with muscles down below them, doing the dirty deeds.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
I do agree that if bad things happen, punishment must follow. But not this way.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
Did they really?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Which is pretty much what he said himself. So far checks out again.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Okay.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Yes, you did. I wish you hadn't, cause she has been nothing but a pain in my bum.
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
Is there any way we can push Elizabeth and get her to leave? You think? How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
He slams his fist on the desk.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
That sounds reasonable. Protective footwear be good.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
The Hardy Boys are wearing protective footwear, though. Aren't they? Or was it just some people? Was it just some of them that was wearing steel-tipped boots? Could have just been some of them.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
They were organized by, well, we already know the company sent them in because they feel they have a right to man the station, so to speak. We don't have to tell Evrard that.
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The fist slams down on the desk again. Should we... yeah, why not? The name of the company is Krenel this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
No, you're in this position because you're a corrupt bastard who's embezzling from the company. That does not mean I am defending the company, mind you, just that they're both kind of douchebaggy entities. You know, the remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys. Doesn't matter if we say this, because we have already revealed as such to the Hardy Boys, and that is likely to get back to Evrard somehow.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
Sure you are.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
You don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Evrard before you've even courted him properly.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
Of course. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary Union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
All 7 of them? Don't you mean all 8 of them? Because we know.
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Sure.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
He just keeps ignoring Kim.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Evrard, or Evrard, whatever. I'm gonna keep saying Evrard. I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving this to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Okay, I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys, because right now we don't need it.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Yeah, you mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Alright. Good talk. Bye-bye.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Then why don't you?
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Well, we do have a lot of points in communism, which is very left. So I'd say that Harry is currently more left-leaning than anything else. Come here, I'm a hustler, I grind, I'm a money engineer. I'm more left than you are. We probably are. What do you mean, I'm more left than you are?
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
A message?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What's on the paper, though?
He thinks he can force you into his scheme. You can turn this around on him if you accept.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
He studies Ebrar.
But he thinks it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Alright, so what are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Roller skates, huh? I'm sure Kuno would love that. Kuno and his little cohort.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
And where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Across the canal. I have I have one quest at least to find Morel on the other side. Okay.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
But what will happen to the current occupants?
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
There's something very fishy about this.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure that no one's going to end up homeless? Because that would be very non-socialist of you.
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
I don't believe you.
We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
Some part of me did say that if we agree with this... Yeah, interfacing. I can turn it around if I accept. So, let's accept and turn it around.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here,
He hands me an open white envelope.
you need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
Which is tomorrow. Because it's currently Tuesday. So tomorrow we can go to the other side of the canal.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
He runs his finger through his thin hair. So, let's talk about my lost gun then.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
Right. You mean do tasks for you until you deem it good enough.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
So, wait, the gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Not may, it was bought. Roy himself told us as much. Have your men factored that in?
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important. Building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
Does this mean that if I do things for you, I will get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He says to Kim.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
So, I'm told the union is involved in the local drug trade. Let's start there. Let's not say that we have finished investigating it. Let's actually start talking about the drug trade. I avoided that last time.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
As a jolly fat guy, I can agree. We appreciate jokes as well.
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
I am.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
He perks up.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
Yes, we will.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
What did I do during those days when I was completely drunk and probably drugged up? I must have done something with him.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
I finished investigating the local drug trade. I know you said that to not take it up again, but screw you.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Actually, Revachol doesn't have a mayor.
Yeah.
He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him.
Alright, I'm gonna leave now, but we might talk again later. So, first of all, let's get out of here. Jogging style, so we don't have to listen to him use his typewriter. Tomorrow morning is when we can go across the canal and continue this. What do we have to do until then? Can sing karaoke. I need a sad song on tape. I haven't found a sad song. Find a way into the secret passage. Need a key, I think. Keep saying, right, I was gonna actually try and call the waitress again. Maybe she was the one who was assaulted. Could do this with the scab leader. I'll put the clothes in the trash. It may take a while. Track down my badge. Filled yesterday. Yes. We have 9 points in communism now. 4 honor. I think I had 2 recently. Find smokes and smoke them. No. The rest of the armor. Ask Kuno. No. I don't want to talk to that little shit ever again. Never again. I can do this. The pissing match. And use Kim's shortwave. So Kim's shortwave seems to be where we should go. And let's go there so we don't have this droning background noise. Oh, here we are then. Let's talk to Kim first.
Yes?
Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
Now that we have inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
Ah.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
Was that our stats? No, because we've solved 216 cases. We are probably one of Jamrock's finest. Or were.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let me make the next move. Teach him a lesson. The finest we have. No. Be an augury? No. I'm gonna leave why I was sent unspecified.
The silence carries.
So what's so special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps.
Maybe.
Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
So should we accuse him of volunteering to spoil it? You volunteered to spoil it?
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoil sport.
The lieutenant appears pleased with this. Oh, okay. Well, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Logic formidable. Why did the 41st send me? +1 Sylvie's suicide jokes. +1 Roy mentioned suicide. +1 sorry cop.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
You know, Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck-up? Like, you know, as a joke?
I've considered it.
His voice is somber. So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Thank you, Kim. That warmed my heart. That was very kind of him.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Yeah, the radio please.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Please connect me to Sylvie again.
Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer.
Thank you.
Yes, hello?
I recognize her voice. Hello, Sylvie. It's the police again. The tasteless police.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
She sure doesn't sound thrilled. Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
I am so very, very sorry.
I am sorry about that.
She
Anything else, detective?
doesn't sound like she's actually that sorry. Yeah, I think I got everything I need, thanks.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Yes, can you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
It's E50.100.1000. The make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500/VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void. She is also very cute.
In the cabin, you see a set.
I close the door. So tomorrow, both the going to the canal and calling back for the serial number. So, what to do until then? We still have a few hours before we can pick up my dice. I could send the victim's body to processing. Do I have any chicks I can... Oh, this one can be checked, but that's after hours. Esprit de Corps Legendary? I can try that now. Okay, Hanged Man Perception. Kuno Empathy. Measurehead Physical Instruments. Shilling Rhetoric. Map Wall Interfacing. But I think we could steal. Warded Door. Right, I still haven't found a super crowbar. And we need more in authority before we can try that, but we could go back and talk to him, because Evrar now told us, or said to him, that they should cooperate. I could also put another point into authority. I think I'll put another point into authority. Actually. Does anything I have give a negative in authority? No. Let's put another point into authority. And I think I can't level that one up anymore now. Okay, Titus. Evrar should have told you that you should cooperate with us. Will you?
It's you again. What is it?
Wouldn't you like to know? And actually, you will get to know. Me and Evrar talked. He promised you would cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
Yes.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature, guys. Evrar sent word, right?
Yeah, I heard him. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word.
I don't really believe that, because you didn't have the boss man's word before, and you could have handed my ass to me then, but you didn't.
Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
And it also says, it would take an army to bend Titus to its will, but having Everard. Can I establish my authority yet? Come on, 42%.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, you must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
I don't know which one I want to do. You know, say I like to get drunk and then do racial profiling. I don't give a shit either, just like you guys. Would you say I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people? I think that one would be more straight on, yeah? Straight to the point. I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
I think we struck a nerve.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
Mm-hmm.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
He picks the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
It's not about who did it, it's about the victim. She needs help.
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her, but you treat her with respect.
I think I can not be a douchebag for 5 or 10 minutes, sure.
If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
You're protective, I get it.
What is her name?
The lieutenant takes out his notes.
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju with an O-U.
Is that the woman we talked to in the beginning? I don't remember if she was wearing a silver jumpsuit. She was a blonde though. And there's also a woman smoking on the roof that I still haven't figured out how the hell to get to.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. Remember what you said to her? You told her you want to have...
Shit, it was her. It was her. Yeah, 3%. I'm not gonna... Classier?
Yeah. Blonde. Tall. 2 rooms over from yours.
Miss Orangey Disco Dancer?
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
Keep my cool and fail.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
Uh-oh.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing cool about this.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
It sounds like you're having a heart attack. Whatever you said, it couldn't have been that bad. Please relax.
I don't actually remember what I said. But it couldn't have been anything good.
Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
So, what was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Sorry, had to ask.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
That's why she said I was probably going to have to interrogate her. I remember that. Or question her.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
The rape. When was that?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
So it was more than a week ago.
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
The tall blonde throws him a can, and Titus cracks it open. Alright, I think... thank you, we'll talk later.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
He points his beer can at me. Yeah, I'm gonna take off now. Well, damn. Let's go over here, Kim. Where the Union boys can't hear us. Well, damn.
Officer, what was that?
You mean the sweating and the fidgeting when he mentioned her name?
Yes.
And the sort of quivering jello thing with the eye?
Yes.
I think I know that woman.
The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
Probably.
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
I will not say the first thing, because I'm fairly sure Harry didn't do that. I met her in the hallway after I woke up.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
No, she knows I didn't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
I tried to hit on her.
Understood.
He's stone-faced. She said I'm going to have to interrogate her later, and it's going to suck for me.
It is. This would have been good to know before.
Yeah, it kinda didn't come up.
It should have. Anything else?
No, let's move on.
We'll be alright, officer. This is nothing.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be alright. Is it though? Nothing? You're still in for a bumpy ride here.
Okay.
Try not to mess it up.
Don't hit on her this time. Oh, damn. Well, maybe now she will answer her door. Oh, jeez. This is where you... This is your room, yeah.
The door is closed.
I'm gonna knock.
Who is it?
A woman's voice answers, muffled by the door.
Tired. Controlled.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Okay. Let's just take a quick look at things. Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she's had an extended stay. Piles of dirty clothes. A woman's. Panties on the stairs. She said she was up. Let's go up. Take a look at the bed, since that's on the way. The bed has been hastily made. Oh, now we get outside. I see. So this is the suite or something. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Take a look around first. Yeah, she's kinda... Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers. She's kinda wearing a silver jumpsuit.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Move my hand, fast!
The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone.
Aww. Stupid hand-eye coordination. You should have played more video games, detective. Should have played way more video games. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Oh boy.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Classier, or however you want to pronounce your name, Miss Orangi Disco Dancer. Hi. Again.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built, long and lean.
Electrochemistry, get out! Not now. This is not the time. Just out. Off.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
I mean, it's a nice view you've got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north towards the yard. Right, without the corpse.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
Oh. Sorry?
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the world's most lamentable cop.
That's not me anymore. I'm just a regular cop now. A regular law official.
An unnecessary development, if you ask me. What brings this supposedly regular law official back to me?
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. Let's be kind and gentle.
What could she be thinking of? It's hard to say. Her shoulders are relaxed, her eyes on the cigarette.
What is your name, miss, for the record?
Clausier Amandou.
Clausier, okay. Clausier Amandou.
Same name that Titus gave you. It sounds Oranese, as does her accent.
This is Oranese. So, Miss Orani Disco Dancer. Are you from Orani?
Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I am an Oranese expatriate.
So it's Oranese, but Oranje? Okay. What is Oranje?
A bad memory, officer.
A bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
Alright.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
Do we really need to know how old she is? I don't think we need to know how old she is, right? What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
Which would be?
Oranese lit.
Oranese lit?
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
She raises both eyebrows. What is Oranese literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... only the name of the nation changes.
Okay, so Oranese lit, what do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money is very important.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Ranislet.
Being what?
Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Aranya 37.
She smiles.
Miss Aranya, now there is something you should linger on.
Wouldn't it be kinda inappropriate to linger?
All things considered, very. Now linger.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. I would offer you coffee, but it's garbage. Literally tastes like poison.
And still she takes a sip. Fine. How old are you?
I'm 28.
She takes a drag. Could we look at your passport, please?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Your baggage got lost?
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
Okay then.
Okie dokie.
She pours herself some more poisoned coffee.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
Alright, thank you. That's it for the record.
The record. So official.
It's a nice room you have here.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
What are you doing here in the whirling in rags?
I'm wintering.
It's a nice place to be wintering, I guess.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
4 months? Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Here in the Insulindian Isola.
Came to see the new world. It's a tourist thing.
Okay.
This is by far not the only reason she's here. She isn't overtly hiding it either.
What happened to the old world?
Conference centers. A lot of them.
So what are you doing here in the whirling in rags?
I'm wintering.
She's
How
wintering.
long?
About 4 months.
Well,
Here
here-
in the Whirling,
how about
here
here-
in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Here in Revachol.
I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
Still with the tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason.
I'm
Okay.
How long?
Wintering.
About 4. Here in the Whirling.
What in
here
Martinez?
I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
Man, you're way too young to call yourself a disco has-been.
I'm really not.
What are you
I'm
doing
wintering.
here?
How long?
Wintering.
About
Why
four-
here in the whirling?
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell.
Alright, I have other questions for you.
Okay.
That was very loud. Very loud. Yeah, let's get to. They told us what happened.
It's a bit early in the morning for rape, isn't it?
Actually, it's evening, miss.
Is it?
Squinting, she takes a look around. The sun sets in the sea. Long shadows pass over the plaza below.
It is evening. Time flies, man.
So, were you? I'm sorry to ask, to make you relive those memories, but were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
Okay.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Why, though? I mean, if you were, then...
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
What? The fuck?
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
So it didn't happen? Is that what you're actually saying?
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
So Titus asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
She cradles her coffee cup in both hands.
Warming them.
So what did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
What kind of partying? You know, the kind I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Harder than this? I didn't know it was physically possible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
Ah, that kind of partying.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
So you found a fellow party animal?
What else?
So she wasn't raped. She was asked to by the boys who killed the guy to say she was, probably to justify their actions then? And that's why they warned us not to question her? Is that really what happened?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Okay, were feelings involved?
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
Mm-hmm.
How did you two meet?
The lieutenant's voice is quiet. Calm, even.
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
So it must have been hard for you, you know, seeing him there.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
She's the one who called us.
Jackpot.
So the call reporting the hanging, that was you? I'm gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let Kim take the lead on this.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Your secret is safe with me, for sure.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Ah, and the caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it how?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
And thus why everything failed at the landline, I guess.
So, she's Scott's mystery foam cutter.
And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
I think we can overlook that crime.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry.
Says Logic, the one with the extremely asymmetrical portraits.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Yes, that was very clever. Seems like you had some idea. That was very nifty.
Thanks.
She manages a smile.
She looks a bit like a little girl. who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
So why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
Thank you, indeed.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
So, what can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
Another puff? More nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Yes, later. So how do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now.
They sure are. And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you say party? No, she didn't say party at all. So why are we asking that?
A little, yeah.
Just over drinks, but not party. But sure.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Alright. I'm sorry to ask this, but are you sure you weren't raped?
I'm 89% sure.
Does that mean you're 11% not sure?
You know how it is.
No, I really don't. That's why I'm asking.
Do you?
Actually, I don't.
Maybe you don't.
She flicks a bit of ash away and it lands on her jumpsuit. She brushes it off.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
Lieutenant, I just don't know what to I don't know what to say about any of this.
I'm sorry, miss, but we need a definite statement.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officers. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be this flippant if I had been?
You could have been, because people react differently to trauma. Some go down a deep, dark hole from which it seems there's no return. Some cover it up with jests and being flippant. So what did they hang him for if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
So it goes back to the strike.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
Yeah, so far it's the same. Oh, he was here as a security detail for the negotiator.
And they lynched him for it?
Yeah, that sounds really weird.
She nods.
Just for being a security detail for a negotiator who's there to talk about the strike? Okay, thank you for telling us all this, miss.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
Yeah, I had something else before we go, a little thing.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Couldn't look her in the eye. But that's an 8% chance. I need more volition. Considering seeing how much morale damage I'm taking, I might actually put another point into volition. Yeah, let's return to this later, miss.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Okay, so she's here until 11 every night, and then I guess she goes out to party? Well? We sure did get some interesting new development and revelations, that's for sure. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Let's find out next time, leaving this here. Just in a semi-flabbergasted state. Oh, anyway. If you made it this far, thank you for sharing your time with me. I appreciate you, so please take care of yourself. Let us all be kind, and I'll see you next time.